Hello, Bilishkavava here with another MTG video, posting new Magic videos every 2 days. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, why not subscribe to the channel? Because it really does help. And I want to thank the subscribers who already subscribed. So I'm back, took a couple of days off, took around 5 days off a week, but I'm back. And today I want to talk about something that I've been hearing a lot of buzz about this. A lot of people are talking about this, and it is investing in the reserved list. The reserved list. So if you listen to MTG Lion, if you listen to Alpha Investments, Rudy, if you listen to these Magic Finance people, everyone is telling you, put the money in the reserved list. And I can't really fault that line of thinking. Modern is very weak right now. It's very weak right now due to the heavy overprinting, heavy reprinting of cards. We've got Iconic Masters, Eternal Masters, Masters 25. We've had Modern Masters 2013, 2015, 2017. We're getting Masters 25. So heavily being reprints are coming. They're coming a lot, and it's weakening, of course, the modern cards because they're going to be reprinted, and eventually they're all going to go down the toilet because their prices aren't going to hold. Standard, well, Standard's very weak as well. There's no really high price cards due to the heavy overprinting. So we got a problem with reprints, and we got a problem with overprinting of the newer stuff. So people are thinking, well, the only thing that's guaranteed worth something is the reserved list. And I agree with that. Reserved list is the safest place. But that doesn't mean that it is 100% foolproof and there's not going to be any problems with the reserved list. We are not guaranteed the reserved list for eternity. That's what I want some people to understand. Some people think that they will never reprint, it will never happen. That is not a 100% guarantee. I don't think the reserved list is going away. I want to make that 100% clear. I do not believe that the reserved list is ending today or tomorrow. I don't believe that. But if Wizards of the Coast was to be sold off from Hasbro, if Wizards of the Coast was to go down in a massive decline in 10 years, in 20 years, they might pull the lever on reprinting these expensive cards to sell more packs. They might think, well, it's going down the toilet, let's sell what we can right now. Do not think that this is a reserved list is a 100% guarantee forever. We don't know the future. We don't know what's going to happen to Magic. Is it an all digital world where physical gaming ends and we go all digital? Will Wizards be sold off from Hasbro? Will the reserved list end when they think, well, we got to make money, we got to end it? If any of those stuffs were to happen, the reserved list wouldn't be a 100% guarantee, especially for some of the cards on the reserved list that see no play. There are cards on the reserved list that are worth money only because they're on the reserved list. If they were to be removed from the reserved list, they would tank in price. 100% guaranteed. You can look at the reserved list, you can look at the prices, and you can see a plethora of so many cards that aren't worth, they're never going to be played, they're not good, and the only reason they're worth $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 is because they are on the reserved list. The minute the reserved list goes away for whatever reason, they tank in price. And I am not 100% saying that the reserved list is going away, but we don't know. We can't guarantee that. And a lot of people are making these claims, put everything in the reserved list. Get 50 grand, put it in the reserved list. Buy reserved list bulk. I don't think that's a very good idea. Buying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of reserved list bulk, which no one wants, might turn out to be a disaster in 10 years' time or 20 years' time if the game's still around, if people remove the reserved list. If Wizards goes bankrupt, a new company comes in, a new owner comes in, Hasbro flips a switch and says, screw the reserved list, boom. All those bulk cards that no one would ever play and they're only worth something because they're on the reserved list would go down the toilet. You would lose all your money. So be cautious on the reserved list. This is my message in this video, basically, is be cautious about the reserved list. A lot of people are just making this 100% claim that put your money in the reserved list and you're guaranteed to make money, you're never going to lose money, you got the reserved list. That's not a 100% guarantee. I'm going to tell you the flip side, that the reserved list might go away and you might lose everything. The other problem with the reserved list is I reckon that prices are 100% inflated right now. People are rushing in. If master sets eventually stop being printed, then the money will rush back into modern and these prices will go down. A lot of people are rushing in, buying these cards, they're going through the roof, and these cards some of these cards don't have any demand for them. No one wants them. The only reason they want them is because they feel, oh my god, it's on the reserved list, they're disappearing, I better get it. And meanwhile, some guy is sitting on 10,000s of these cards, thousands and thousands and thousands of these cards, just thinking, once it reaches 30 bucks, let's say the card costs 20, once it reaches 30 bucks, he's just going to sell it into the market, flood the market, and the demand's not there. It's a couple of hoarders that are holding these cards, and most of these cards are worthless junk. So be extremely cautious when buying just bulk cards. And I'm not talking about Power 9, I'm not talking about the Black Lotus, I'm talking about janky cards that no one cares about, that are just worth something because they're on the reserved list. You start thinking, okay, I'm going to buy a whole ton of these, 500 of these, or 1,000 of these, because they're on the reserved list and they're worth $10 and they're going to 20. And some other guy's sitting on the 1,000 as well, and another guy's sitting on 1,000, another guy's sitting on 1,000, and eventually they're going to want to sell out. And when everyone starts to sell out, boom, it goes down, crashes the market. That's the big problem. I don't believe that a lot of people are playing with these cards. I don't believe that Vintage Magic is a huge collection of players playing around Vintage Magic. I just think it's a bunch of hoarders holding it so it goes up, and then once it goes up, they're going to sell, and the prices are going to come down. The prices are heavily inflated on some of these bulk, janky rares in the reserved list, and it's not impossible that the reserved list might one day go away. I'm not saying today, I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm not guaranteeing it, but in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, if Magic is still being played, if it's still being played in physical form, which I believe that it probably will be, because Magic is really important, you don't know if Wizards is going to end the reserve list, move the reserve list, if another owner's coming in, if Hasbro changes their mind on the reserve list, or if it goes full digital and the reserved list is just reprinted because they want to make money out of the paper until they end it. Who knows? It's not a guarantee, as some of these people are saying. Some people are saying that this is a 100% guarantee that you're going to make money, no problems, and I just want to give you guys a different take on it. So that's my opinion. I want to hear what your opinion is. Am I completely wrong? Is the reserved list a 100% ironclad, will never be broken, will never be defeated in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years? You'll always have that value. Do you think that? Do you think I'm completely wrong? If you have an opinion, post down in the comment sections, because I'm really interested to know. Please don't forget that I'm posting new MTG content every 2 days or whenever I can. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, why not subscribe to the channel? Because it really does help. So that's about it. Bilishkavava. Out.